It's Sonia, and I decided to do a story time this morning while I'm crocheting. The Lord's been good to me. I posted one time a video about me going into the hospital for just a routine follow-up checkup, and I woke up that morning and couldn't breathe. And it was later discovered that I had blood clots in both of my lungs. I just remember that morning, it was just labor intensive. I couldn't get the energy or muster up the energy to get out of bed. And when my brother got here, I was still like just sitting on the edge of the bed, like I just don't have any energy. But I didn't know what was going on with me. He helped me get dressed, and he put me in the car. And by the time, it's like maybe a 15-minute ride from here to the hospital, or where the clinic was that I was going to. By the time we got there, I was hanging my head out the window, just trying to get some air. And when we pulled up to the valet, the attendant came and was going to park the car, and I told him I couldn't breathe, and he called the EMTs. They got me up there, and I was sitting in the wheelchair with oxygen on. I mean, it was happening so fast, y'all. I had no clue. But I just could not breathe. My oxygen level was just low. And after the triage, they had put me on oxygen, but when the doctor saw me, he was like, take me off the oxygen and get me to the emergency room. So the hospital is directly across the street from my family medicine doctor office. And so I got into the emergency room. Well, before then, I'm in the ambulance, and I am kind of freaking out a little because I don't know what's going on. I can't breathe, and they're like, go to the emergency room. And we get to the emergency room, and things are happening quickly. As I said, they take me down for an MRI, and that's how they determined that I had 3 clots. I had 1 in each of my lungs, large clots, and 1 in my leg. And from there, things just elevated even higher. While I was in the ambulance, I called. I'm crocheting, y'all. Bet you don't know what I'm making. But I'm almost finished, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm making. This is just the most prettiest and softest yarn. What was I saying? See how I get off track? An emergency room. Oh yeah, I called. No, when I was in the ambulance, because I had the oxygen tank on, I just texted my girlfriend, and I sent her a picture of me with the oxygen mask on, and I just said, pray on my way to ER. And I was like, I'm at university. And I got there. I mean, it's like I just blinked my eyes and all of them were there. You know, because my brother wasn't even catching up, because he was trying to just, you know, find out where they were taking me, because he was with the car. It was just so crazy. It was so crazy. But got to the emergency room, and no sooner than I got in the room, my girlfriends were there. I love them. They were there. So they took me down, and I had 3 clots, and they were like, came into the room and was like, we've got to get you to OR, because, you know, the only way to treat this is that, you know, we've got to break these clots up, because you can't breathe. And you're about to go into a cardiac arrest. And this God was with me the whole time, because it takes some time to get from the emergency room up to a room, then down to the operating room. So they're taking me down to start administering the heparin, because that's what they break up the clots. And I'm mildly sedated because, you know, that's all it, you know, you only had sedation for that, mild sedation for that. And I can hear the doctor saying, you know, they were putting the stents in my neck and pinpointing, directing them to the clots in my lungs, the medication, so that it could. And he puts the first one in, and he's like, I got the first one in, Miss Smith, and the second one, and as I can hear him saying, getting ready to work on the third one, but then I kind of hear him saying behind me, stay with me, Miss Smith. And I see the nurse getting ready to form her hands for compression. And then everything just went white. Just went white. And then next thing I know, I'm waking up in the recovery room, and my aunt is there, and she's telling me to stay calm because they had this treatment and I hated it and I wanted it out so bad. But I could hear her saying it, you know, and I could hear her kind of tearful, and she's just praying over me. And then, you know, of course, you're in and out when you're sedated. And then I get to the room, and they're telling me what happened. I can't tell it all. But that